inside of the Endurance 3456. As I had previously mentioned, the garage here is 12 foot 7 inches, so nice large garage here. You will notice you have your tie downs strategically placed. These ones are 2,500 pounds. You'll see you have 3 up front, 2 on the side here, and you will have 2 more in the back underneath these sofas. Right in between the 2 sofas, you will have a big table that can go right here. Currently, we have it stored in the bed up above. I'll show you that bed in just a moment. That way you can sit back here. You know, you can leave the back open if you want. There is a screen, so it has a pull-down screen. That way, again, you can shut the screen and be able to just enjoy the breeze back here, eat a meal at the table, whatever you want to do. These sofas are nice and comfortable. You can see here you kind of have the armrest right in the center. You have double cup holders in there as well. If you want to lay down, maybe take a nap on the sofa, you can fold that up. Both of these are rollover sofas. So what that essentially means is with both of these together, it will form a large bed. It's very easy to do. You literally just roll the back over like so. You'll have a leg right there in the center, and that will act as support on both sides. And again, that will create a nice large bed there for you. You also have the other bed that is right up top. So this does come down too. So you actually have 2 beds back here. And as I mentioned, that one does have the table up top. It is all on a power happy jack system. So you just touch the switch right over here on the wall, and this will control it. So you're simply able to move it up and down as you see. Now, one of the cool things about the sofas here, when you're storing your toys or when you're traveling, you can do one of 2 different things. You can either roll both of these sofas over and lift them up to the ceiling, which will give you maximum width. The other option is you can pull some pins out. These will slide down and they will sit along the wall, which will give you more height. So you have a couple different options as far as the configuration here based upon what you want to put back here. Right back here, you'll see you have an exhaust vent. This is one of 2. Nice and easy to use. You just pull in this little handle here and then push it to one side or the other. The other exhaust vent will be right up top over there. You see you have windows all throughout to let a lot of natural light in back here. Again, once you get to your destinations and you take your toys out, you want this to be a functional space. You don't want it to be just a garage. So, all the windows here really help bring in the natural light. At nighttime, you have some lights right here on the wall, as well as your ceiling lights up top. A vent there too, again, for some ventilation. Now, if you want to party back here and really rock out to some music, you do have speakers in the ceiling there, as well as this subwoofer right here. So you definitely can, rock out to some pretty loud music, which is great. Right underneath that's a heat vent. If it's a cold night, you turn the furnace on, you will have heat back here. So again, anyone sleeping back here is comfortable. They're not going to freeze in the middle of the night. A couple different electrical outlets. You have one right here. You have 2 up top, one right over here, and then another one over here. And then you will have some in the back as well. You'll see you have one on each side. So, again, when this bed is down, whoever's sleeping here does have access to electrical outlets. If they need to charge cell phones or anything like that, that is the place in which they would do it. Also, if you want a TV, this is where the TV would go. They put a mounting bracket right here, or rather a backer in the wall here, so you know exactly where to mount your TV bracket right there. And then your connections are underneath here. You have your cable outlet as well as your electrical outlet. Right up top, you have some storage. This is a pass-through storage. You can access it from the garage, also from the house side. Nice, big, chunky handles on here, too. I really like them. They feel just very quality. They're easy to grab. And you can see, as I mentioned, there's that pass-through storage area. Right over to the side, you have some open storage right there as well. You do have the door. The side entrance here, as you'd expect, into the garage. So again, if your slider right here is shut, you can still enter and exit the RV from the side door. Or obviously, if your ramp is down, you can clearly come in and out that way too. As we step into the main living area of the 3456, you'll see how it's nice and open here. In this slide out, you have your 4 theater seats, Thomas Paine collection, extremely comfortable. All 4 of these are recliners. You see you have cup holders right here in both armrests on the side, and you also have remotes. These remotes are great. You have a bunch of different options on here. You have lighting, You have massage, you can control the intensity of the massage on there, and you also have a heat option. So after a long day of riding, maybe you're sore, you can sit right here, turn on the massage and the heat, really kick back and relax. If we take a look straight across the way here, you have a beautiful kitchen in here too. Solid surface countertops throughout, give it that nice look that you want. Beautiful undermount double stainless steel sink here with the high-rise faucet to make it nice and easy to wash and rinse dishes. If we take a look around the corner here, right as soon as you walk in, you have these 3 large drawers. You can open this up, see you have good space, full extension ball bearing drawers there. You can see that here, same thing with the bottom one, so some nice drawer space along that side. As we move back into the rest of the kitchen here, underneath the sink, take a look at that. Huge storage underneath there. It's one of a couple different spots you can put a trash can. You can see how open that is. If you want to put all your cleaning chemicals and stuff in there too, you can certainly do that. Or if you prefer, your trash can can go over here too if you have a thinner one. Both of them, though, are great, large, open storage spaces. Right next to that, right down below here, you'll see you have a pull-out drawer. This might be good for pots and pans. Same thing with the one right over here, if you want to put the trash can underneath the sink. Right above that, you have your oven, if you like to do some baking. And then you have your 3-burner cooktop right up top here. The front one is high output. You'll also see you have some underlighting right underneath the cabinets. I turned that on for you. You don't have to have it on, but I think it creates a nice little glow there. Just kind of helps make your kitchen pop. So we start to take a look up top. You have a stainless steel fully functional hood. Stainless steel appliances throughout, I may add, on the oven, same thing with the hood, microwave as well, and our fridge freezer I'll show you in just a second. Storage right up top there. Over to this side here, you have nice pantry space. You kind of have the tinted glass fronts. You see the blue light that's behind them. Again, you can turn that off if you want, but that's really good extra storage space right there. If we take a quick look at the ceiling, there is a couple things up there I want to point out. You do have ducted AC. That is ducted throughout. Right in the center is a max air fan. This is awesome. It quickly helps you eliminate smells in here. Or if you want to, really good ventilation, if you don't want to run the AC, open up some windows, turn that on. It'll certainly get the air circulating. It also has a rain sensor, so if it starts to rain, it will automatically shut for you. Then right over here is your Norcold fridge freezer. As I had mentioned, stainless steel panels on the front there. We'll open this up so you can take a look. Nice and big, obviously. We have some goodies in there, but you can see all the space you have. Nice drawer down below as well. And then right here, this one does run off both propane and electric. It also has the automatic switch over. And you have a thermostat right on the outside too. So it is nice and easy. It's not a guessing game as to where it is set at. Right next to that, you have pantry space. You can see that. Nice little pantry right next to the fridge. Very usable. You have 3 different shelves in there. And then you also have storage right up above that. A couple of these are a little bit higher, so you probably will need a step stool to get up there. But again, at least they did give it to you. And then over to this side, this is that pass-through storage I had showed you from the garage. You can see that right there. Your TV in the 3456 is right up here, and it's a great viewing angle from all 4 theater seats. Directly underneath, you'll see the Jensen soundbar, so you have great sound quality while you're sitting back and relaxing. This is pretty nice. You have some slots here if you have mail or something you want to stick in there. You also have this little shelf with 4 USB ports. This is a really nice place to put your cell phones and have them charge. Underneath that, you'll see your thermostat right here. This does control both your AC as well as your heat. And then next to that, you have this remote. This you can control your outside lights, your power awning, and your slide. And this is really nice. You want to take it outside, open up your slide, your awning, especially if it's a tight spot, just to make sure you don't hit anything. Max air fan next to that, some lighting controls here, and then your main control panel. You'll see that your water pump is on there, your water heater. Notice that it is DSI. You also have an option of running it on electric or gas. You can turn it on both at the same time for higher recovery. Generator control and tank monitoring panel are there too. On our way up the steps, you have some nice extra storage right here. You know, they could have eliminated this and gave you wider steps, made it a bigger entryway, but personally, I really like the storage. So we'll start right down below. You have 3 adjustable shelves there, so you can kind of move that to your, what you want. Right down below here, this is your fuse panel. So if you're wondering where it's at in here, that's where you will find it. Multimedia center is tucked away right here. This is really nice too. This is a radio, CD, and DVD player. It is wired into your TV. So, the TV's a ways away. You can pop a movie in here and be able to watch it. This one is Bluetooth capable. It controls the speakers inside as well as the speakers outside. Right over here, you have some additional plug-ins there. As I mentioned, they did wire everything over to the TV shelf here, and then some additional storage right up top. As we move up and into the hallway here, one of the things I do want to point out, you have some light switches right up here. One of them is pretty neat. If you look right here, you have a couple of these, and basically what they are is they're night lights. So you can just flip these on at night, so that way you can see if you have to get up and go to the bathroom. Make sure you don't fall down the stairs and hurt yourself or anything like that. The bathroom in the 3456 is a side aisle bath. As you can see, it is nice and spacious in here too. Right next to me is your sink top and vanity. You see you have some good space up here, so if you have to have a curling iron or something, you have a spot to put it. Hand soap dispenser, things like that. Electrical outlet right over here to the side. Underneath is some additional storage. And then up above it, you have a mirrored medicine cabinet with storage behind that. You also have a light here so you can see yourself, and then a vent fan up top to quickly help moisture escape. Right over to the side of that is your Neo angle shower. I'll step in here real quick just to give you an idea of height. I'm 6 foot. As you can see, I have plenty of space here to the ceiling. So one of the great things about toy haulers and the Endurance here is you have that ceiling height. You also do have a skylight up there in case you're really tall, or it also helps let in some natural light so you can see during the day. Hand wand right up here for ease of showering, and then you have a couple shelves there for your soap and shampoo. And then right back here in the corner is your foot flush lever toilet. It is a porcelain bowl, so it's easy to clean. And as you will see, I have plenty of leg room here. I'm a pretty wide guy in the shoulders, but I can still fit in here fairly easily too. In the bedroom of the Endurance, you'll see it is nice and open in here too. And we have a residential queen size bed. This is your full 60 by 80 inches. So again, if you're tall, you don't have to worry about your feet hanging off. You also have great storage underneath. It's strut supported, so nice and easy to lift as well as close back down. And you will see right here, you have a table in there. This table actually stores behind your theater seats. This is just where manufacturer sends it for shipping, but that's a great table. If you do want to eat out the theater seats there, you can just open that up. You can take it outside if you want to, just make sure you bring it in if it starts raining. Both sides of the bed have a little bit different storage here. On one side, you see you have some little storage up top there, kind of same thing down below. Maybe if you want to put a little trash can in there or something, you can. You have a nice nightstand on that side though, which is really great, especially if you like to sleep with a glass of water at night, or if you have a CPAP machine. Charge your cell phones there, as you do have electrical outlets on both sides. The other side here has mirrored wardrobes. You do have a hanging rack in there, so you have a spot to hang your clothes. Little shelf up top, and then again some storage underneath. Also, you'll see you have 2 LED reading lights. The controls for that are right here. It's kind of nice. Each one controls the light respectively, so that way you can lay in bed and easily flip the switch. Storage up top here too. And then on the opposite wall right over here is where your TV would go. So if you do want a TV in the bedroom, this is where you'd mount it. Connections right here. Both sides do have emergency exits, so in the event of emergency, you can easily get out of here. And then lastly, you will see right up top, you have a second AC. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some outside features on the Endurance 3456. Starting right up front here, I know we're parked kind of close, but you can see the nice front cap they have on here. You have some lights on there as well, just to give it a pretty cool look. You'll also notice how it's cut back. It's concave right here. That way, as you're turning with your tow vehicle, you have a less chance to blow out your back window or crinkle the top of your pickup. So definitely nice for those that tighter maneuvering. You also see you have some LED lights right up here, so that way as you are hooking up, you can turn those on. Just gives you that added visibility at night. If we take a look underneath, right over to this side here is your generator prep. So if you do want a generator, it's easy to have installed. It is already pre-wired here, which is really nice. If you don't want it, then obviously you can just use this as an extra storage space. Right over to the side here, we have the battery pack hooked up for power, but right behind that, this is your battery box. You can see that. Now on this back wall is a battery disconnect, so that's really cool too. So rather than having to constantly get in here and mess with the battery, you can just pop that disconnect and it will kill all power to the RV. So we make our way to the side here. We'll open this up. This is one of your 2 propane tanks. You do have a 30-pound on this side and another 30-pound tank on the other side. And then right next to that is your outside storage. You can see there, it's nice and big. We have this box in here. You do have some plumbing running through here, but again, they did their best to keep it nice and high, so that way you still do have good pass-through storage there. Electrical outlet here as well in case you need to plug anything in. You'll also notice that it drops down right there as you would expect. So some of your larger items, you can fit right up front there. So we make our way back a little bit further here. We'll look at the entryway. You have 3 aluminum steps. These are nice because your aluminum steps won't rust. So if you're sick of having old beat up steps, you won't have to worry about it here. You have the rubber grip strips on there as well, so that way if it rains or you have morning dew, you still have traction. And you have the big foldable easy grab handle. That way from the very first step, to the last, you can make sure you have good control while entering or exiting the RV. Right next to that's an electrical outlet. So if you need to plug anything in, maybe you're making a meal outside, electric griddle, something like that, or if you just need to plug in a cell phone, that is where you will do it at. If you take a look up top, you have a big power awning here. Just touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to go right back in. It does have an adjustable pitch in case you need to dump some water off. And you'll also notice the LED light on there. So that way you can just flip a switch and have light at night. You don't have to get up there and hang up your Christmas lights because, the awning is a decent ways up there. Also underneath that, you have 2 outside speakers. As I had previously mentioned, those are controlled by that multimedia center inside. But that unit is Bluetooth capable. So that way you can sit out here underneath your awning, be able to use your smartphone or your tablet, and still control your music. If we take a look right here, you'll see you have nitrogen-filled tires, which are great. They help hold that tire pressure for a longer period of time, which is nice. Directly above that, this is your water heater right here. As I had mentioned, that does run off both propane and electric, and you can turn both those on at the same time for that higher recovery. This is your secondary entrance. This is the one back into the garage that I had showed you. Again, they still give you the aluminum steps right here, which is very nice. This was your vent, the bottom vent that I had mentioned when you open that up to help vent out all of your fumes and everything from your toys. Power rear stabilizers right here, nice and easy to use. And then on the back, you will see your 8-foot tailgate. This is simple to use as well. As you have on a lot of toy haulers, you do have locks on either side. So, if you're stopping somewhere at night and you don't want people to get in, maybe you have your Harleys back here, whatever it may be, you can lock those up. Otherwise, you just pull these out, twist it to the side, and then you have grab handles here to pull that door down. It is spring assisted, so it is nice and easy for one person to go ahead and lower that as well as lift it back up. Unlike most manufacturers in this price point, the Endurance has your fuel fill station as a standard. This is great. It's a 30-gallon fill station. You can see your control is right over here. You have your gauge on there as well as your control to start it. And then right here is the compartment with your nozzle. Your hookups are located right here in front of your slide on the off-door side. You'll see you have your gravity fill to fill your fresh tank, black tank flush directly underneath that, and then your city water is right here. Over to this side, you have an outside shower with both hot and cold water access, your 50 amp detachable power cord, and you also have solar prep. So if you do want solar, all you have to do is buy the portable panels, plug them in right here, and it will trickle charge your battery. Then over to the side of that, you also have a cable inlet as well as satellite. All right, folks, that wraps up the review of the Endurance 3456. I'm Ian Baker. Thanks for watching, and for more info, check out rv.campingworld.com.